The cafe door chimed as people arrived for the lunch hour. Though Faye said I wasn't officially on duty in the cafe today, familiar habits had me peeking around the corner in case I needed to jump in and help. To my surprise, my boyfriend, Detective Andre Baez, walked in, and behind him was my brother. Nate? My voice came out low, under my breath. My brother mainly stayed missing in action since we'd lost our father. Surprisingly, he'd stayed in Sugar Creek this past Thanksgiving and into the new year, the longest he'd been in town in years. He even came for Mother's Day 3 weeks ago. But why was he here now? And why was he hanging out with my boyfriend? Andre wore one of his suits, but must have left the jacket in the car. His red tie hung slightly loose around his neck with the sleeves of his white shirt rolled up to his elbow. Next to him, my brother wore a light blue t-shirt that stretched over his biceps and jeans. On his feet were Nike sneakers that I was sure was one style among several hundred pairs. My brother had always been a sneakerhead. I glanced over at the kids. They were chatting and finishing up their meal, so I walked over to greet Andre and Nate. "Hey, sis!" Nate grinned before giving me a one-armed hug. "Surprise!" "What are you doing here?" I asked Nate, before walking into Andre's outstretched arms. "Glad you dropped by," I murmured into his chest. "And why didn't you tell me he was coming?" I stepped back, eyeing my brother and my boyfriend. Andre's expression was carefully masked. I'd told him if I knew how to play poker, I would never go against him. Because of his training, he'd perfected the art of maintaining a stoic face, which also alerted me that something was up. "I didn't know," Andre shrugged. I tilted my head, ready to question him further. Nate quickly interjected. "Now hold on, sis. We ran into each other. Andre said he was going to catch lunch at Sugar Creek Cafe and that I could find you here." I studied my brother's face. Right. My brother happened to run into my boyfriend. I still hadn't figured out how Andre tracked down Nate and got him to come home for the holidays, when Nate had been ignoring my texts and emails. I wanted to know exactly where they'd ran into each other. Instead, I asked, "How long are you staying?" Nate licked his lips. "Not sure yet. Depends on a few things." That was pretty vague. What was he hiding?